Ayan, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Welcome to Coaching Think Talk. So I am Coach Orvyl from Life Coach Philippines, and this is coaching for careless living. So this coaching conversation is for someone who is being blocked in living the life he or she wants because of the fear of being judged. So this someone is now ready to take an action. Like he really wants to care less of what others might say, and really, really wanted to know more or to care more of who himself or who is she or who he is, di ba? Nabubulol pa ako na ng wrong grammar, but then yun, caring more of himself and caring more of what he really wants to do in life. And my mission as a certified life coach, as being my mission is to help highly doubtful men because of the shame and guilt from the past, yung mga past mistakes or the shame of where they came from, towards living confidently again on their own terms, towards greater self. So if this is you, you're connecting, yun, magandang umaga sa inyo. So yun, thank you for joining me live today, and please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where you are coming from today. So please do a tag a friend and circulate this video to help us reach more individuals who might be in need of what I'll be sharing this session. So you may also give some shout outs to people, to your friends, and you want to greet and reach out with some inspiring message. So yun, itag nyo na sa comment. No? And if you are watching this on a replay, please do comment hashtag replay. So I'm streaming via Facebook page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel Coach AI Connect. So dalawa po yan dito sa Facebook at meron din tayo sa YouTube. So if you are new to our platform, please like, follow, and subscribe. So magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. I am Coach Orvyl. Ayan, hello Master Hello Ishi. And magandang umaga po Coach Tin, Coach Tilo, Master Coach Hasmin. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Okay, so before we start dun sa pag-uusapan natin, I'm going ano ba, to share or going to ask you 5 questions for assessment, for assessment or really time to reflect muna, konting reflection. So, di ba, as Saturday morning. So, here's my first question. Can you relate? You think people are talking about you? So are you connecting? Like, how do you feel about this statement? Can you relate? Hindi masyado or not at all? Hindi mo siya gets. You think people are talking about you? So if you're connecting here, ayun, then just comment below. So that's the first question. Second question, can you relate? You don't feel comfortable expressing your true opinion. Like there's yung magkakaroon ka ng moment in your life, like a chance for you to tell brutally honest kung ano yung gusto mong sabihin na opinion. For example, in a group of people, maybe in your office, in front of your teammates, or doing a speaking engagement. Can you relate? You don't feel comfortable expressing your true opinion. So if you're connecting, you could just comment ito. Yan, magandang umaga po. Dito sila, si Coach Mal, Coach Tisha, magandang umaga. Question number 3, can you relate? You aim to please. Is this you? Can you relate into this? Like everything that you do, the priority is really to please someone instead of really doing the actual objective na dapat gagawin. Like instead of you going to do, for example, deliver a talk and then ka sa moment of really you're going to say kung ano na sa isip mo for the longest time, kung ano talagang idea mo or your opinion. However, you aim to please. Ayaw natin makasakit. We tend to say the things na mas pleasing sa tenga or sa mapapakinggan ng mga audience natin. So if you're connecting, are you connecting into this? Can you relate to this? Comment below. So question number 4. Ayan. Thank you pala kay Mastery. So Mastery yung support sa akin. Can you relate? Do you play safe? Do you play safe? Like in everything that you do, you always choose kung ano yung comfortable. You always choose yung option na hindi ka masasaktan. You always choose the option or the choice wherein kakampi ka ng like lahat ng tao kakampi. Or like you always choose na dapat ikaw yung magiging favorite nung madla. Madla. So if you're connecting, if you're relating into this, Yun lang, kung gusto niyo i-comment, yeah, you can. Thank you for the vulnerability, Coach Tricia, no? Can you relate? Somewhat or not at all? Yeah. And question number 5, ayan, can you relate? You feel taken for granted. Like every time na, like you do something na something may meaning, there's a value or may talagang pinaghirapan mo yung bagay na ginawa mo, then you start maybe you start presenting it, doing it, then you feel na hindi nabaliwala yung ginawa, or like you feel na in your current space they're not really paying attention about you or the things that you do. Do you feel na you're being taken for granted? Eh. So that's a fine question. So irarantro ko lang ulit. The first question, you think people are talking about you? Yung second natin is you don't feel comfortable expressing your true opinion. Question number 3 is, ayan, you aim to please. Can you relate to this? Question number 4 natin is, yan, you play safe. And question number 5 natin, you feel taken for granted. So, sino-sino dito naka like yung 5 question na to, you are totally relating, connecting talaga, that you think na parang ako yan. Kung sino man yan, kung sino po kayo dyan, just comment it below if you feel comfortable into it. So I started with those 5 questions because if you think that you are really connecting, you are really that 5 question, this coaching conversation is really for you. Because if you hit those 5 questions, maybe it's time for you to care less. Okay? So, again, magandang umaga. I'm Coach Orvyl. I'm a certified life coach, and I've been, started really talking about really understanding self-confidence. No? I started coaching two 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, and the very first talk that I deliver is from shyness to shyness, because I myself, yung 5 question na yun. And I'm not really saying na hindi pa ako tapos sa 5 question na yun. We are all in progress. That's the reason why we have this coaching for careless living. So, what does careless living really mean? Ano ba meaning niya talaga? No? Because this is episode 1 nitong coaching think talk natin. What does it even mean? So, careless living starts with knowing who you are. So that's the first item, knowing who you are. Careless living talks about how much do you know yourself. We wanted to, like, if there's one goal that we really want, if you can agree or disagree, that's totally okay. Just comment below. You can agree or disagree. We always have this goal na kailan kaya darating yung point that we are so courageous to do what we really want, and we really care less of what others might say or think. Like, hindi talaga natin naririnig na consider kung ano yung pwedeng sabihin ng ibang tao. Kasi truth of the matter, yun yung lagi nagiging most of the time blockage natin eh. So if you want to think about it, how can, like, we can start caring less of what others might say, what others might think, if we start to care more of what we think and what we might say to ourselves. Ulitin ko, like, caring less of what others might say could mean caring more of what you think, or what you say about yourself. I remember this, this one moment in my coaching art. If you're an anime fan, di ba may tatawag talagang mga art or season. That this question, who are you? Who are you? Like, keep atong question to who are you? Like, I heard it, siguro exaggerated, pero I feel na I heard it a million times already. Before nga, even before coaching, I heard this, who are you? Who are you? And this, there's this one session with Coach Sean. So, Coach Sean, meron, siya yung sa self-leadership na, and he asked me, if you're going to remove all the titles, if you're going to remove all the relationship that you have, and you're going and you're all remove all the properties that you own, like, can you define who are you? And during that moment, if that moment, hindi ko talaga alam yung sagot. Like, I can talk directly na, who am I? So, I am Orvyl, Tumaneng. So, di ba, ganong feel. But then, if you're going to be brutally honest to yourself, who are you means more than speaking or really uttering your name. What is it that you think right now? Ano yung iniisip mo? How do you think? Your thought pattern? What what's your behavior? Or what are the things that makes you happy, makes you joyful? Ano yung mga bagay na nagpapalungkot sa'yo? Ano yung mga bagay na wherein kapag nakita mo siya, maaalala mo yung unstoppable dream mo? Ano yung mga words na kapag narinig mo could shut you down the whole day? Caring less starts with knowing who you are because that's how it is. Ganun siya ka-importante. This journey talks about self-love. To all guys out there, yung mga nanonood, we tend to, ay dahil natin pag-usapan itong mga self-love, emotion, feeling, and so and so. But then yun, it's true because it's a fact. It talks about self-love. But how can you love someone that you don't even know? Loving yourself is directly proportional of how much you know yourself. So that's number one. Knowing yourself, that's part, sabi natin yan, yung first step in careless living. So, ayan, magandang umaga po. Hello, si this Lady Jen. Hello po sa Coach Jasmine. Yes, hashtag careless. Coach Nords, magandang umaga po. Connecting ako dyan. Coach Orvyl, magandang umaga. So, step number 2, or item number 2, anything, is keeping it real. So imagine that you know yourself. Alam mo yung mga bagay na gusto mo, alam mo yung bagay na papasaya sa'yo. Kilala mo yung sarili mo. You know your patterns, your behavior, how you interact. Keeping it real talks about stop living in your head. Stop living in your head. Oftentimes, there are really like, if you're going to think about lahat ng bagay na nainisip natin, the fear of speaking in front, speaking in, for example, this one, doing a Facebook Live, telling your true opinion, doing what you really wanted to do. Yung unang laban talaga is nangyayari sa utak natin. Like, how we think. We always know we have this assumption of how others might respond sa mga bagay na gagawin natin. And those, kung paano natin na-interpret yun, is sufficient enough for us to be crippled. Hindi natin gagawin isang bagay because we assume na kasi ganito magre-respond yung ibang tao. Our thoughts aren't always trustworthy. Our thoughts aren't always trustworthy. I'm going to be direct right now. Most people actually doesn't talk or think about us. What I mean by that is, of course, there are people that really matters to us, talagang mga taong talagang nagmamahal sa atin. But I'm referring to the people that we, unfortunately, we always aim to please. Unfortunately, hindi naman, like, we all, may mga sarili-sarili tayong buhay. And we always think na baka lagi nilang iniisip, lagi sila nakatingin sa atin. But truth of the matter, it's not, because may kanya-kanya rin buhay. Keeping it real talks about identifying the people, the specific people who really matters to you. Who really matters to you, the people that you follow, the people who you believe that is taking care of you, and the relationship, it's mutual. Because if it's not, like, imagine the picture of hindi natin kilala yung mga taong nagmamatter sa atin. Like, we always go, we find, and we always please other people until such time we create the relationship that we belonging, that we think that we really need. Careless living talks about the relationship that you are allowing, the relationship that you are tolerating, and the relationship that you are really nurturing right now. Because this is the environment, not always the physical, but these are the people that you're allowing to your life. Keeping it real is helping you to be mindful of where are you right now. People that just really cares for you, gives you the proper feedback that you need to move forward. That's keeping it real. Live. Stop living in your head and start, like, really connecting to the people that matters to you. And how can you know the people that matters to you? Sit down. Upuan mo siya. Have a moment to reflect. Who are these people? And step number three, and I've maybe connect, maybe no, maybe lang. Maybe some of you is really connecting to this, but this is most of the time the challenge. Careless living will always happen if you start taking action. Why do you want to care less? Nasagot natin yan sa una. Because you know who you are. You start knowing who you are. And then, what's next kapag natutunan natin, nalaman natin kung sino tayo? Keeping it real. We start living outside our mind. We start overcoming our overthinking and start really focusing on the things that we do. We start to identify the people that can really help us to move forward towards our unstoppable dream. And then step number three is really taking action. I'm inviting you to, no, to have a moment, a pause, and then like upuan niyo siya. Start writing all the things that you are fearful. Lahat ng kinakatakot niyo, like ano ba kinakatakot mo ngayon? Natakot akong to do public speaking. I'm fearful of, doing my own doing my own business. I'm fearful of um, um, stopping the, for example, you have a relation, you're in relationship, you are fearful to go out with the current relationship that you have. Isulat niyo yan. Like, just have a moment of a moment in time in your life na magiging brutally honest kayo sa sarili niyo. Kasi kayo lang naman yan. Ikaw lang yung makakarinig sa sarili mo. Right? Excuse me. And after writing those things, try to check, try to see, titigan niyo yung listahan niyo na yan. And then you're going to write dun sa taas ng listahan na yon. This is the list of your goals. Because now, you are now trying to care less. And why you want to care less? Because you want to overcome, you want to do the things that you're fearful before na maging totoo. You want to start your own business. You want to start speaking in front of other people. You want expressing your true opinion. You want to be free from unhealthy relationship. You want to do something not common to your environment. Not fearing the thoughts of others is the number one. It's one of the powerful way for you to doing what you want. It all goes back, talagang babalik yan talaga, bakit mo siya gustong simulan yung journey na to. Coaching for careless living, it's actually a journey for shameless living. So I also have that Facebook Live. We, the Master Builder Apprentice of Master Coach A, we have our own um, journey na talaga namin kinikwento. And one of the journey that I always talk about is living shamelessly. Like, what are the guilts? What are the guilts and shame that still make us shackled in the past, that which is really hindering us to move forward? And that thing again, that knowing the guilt, understanding the emotion, the shame, all goes back with step number one, knowing who you are. Careless living talks about forgiveness, talks about caring less of what others might say, and talks about loving yourself to the point kasi mahal mo yung sarili mo, gusto mong ibigay, gusto mong gawing totoo yung unstoppable dream that you've been dreaming for the longest time. And we can do that by really caring less of what others might say and just really focus more on ourselves and what we want to do. Caring less doesn't mean we no longer care with other people. Caring less means prioritizing yourself and really helping yourself to overcome the overthinking kung ano yung iniisip ng ibang tao because they might, di ba? Like I always say, they might be thinking because we don't even know kung yun talaga yung gusto nila. Yun ba talaga yung iniisip nila sa atin. It's time to focus to yourself and the things that you do. So yun, I'm Coach Orvyl. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. That is episode 1 of Coaching for Careless Living. So, as I end this conversation, let me invite you to be part of what we are doing as an organization of professional certified life coaches. So, do join us for another coaching conversation later for with Coach C for coaching for actionable motivation at 2 p.m. Yan. So, it's an actionable motivation. Really inviting you to watch Coach C mamaya and Coach John this afternoon for coaching for premium growth at 4 p.m. So I would also like to invite you to Master Coach Ace co-actively and co-create life coach certification program. So this is comprehensive approach to learning and mastering life coaching as an active process of creating a new path to achieving results in life so the success is inevitable in every coaching relationship. So this includes 21 days, a 21-day wave-based learning, and a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and 3-day live business bootcamp with senior coaching teams. The program package also comes with many other bonuses. So connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to discover the opportunities waiting for you in this profession. So once again, I am Coach Orvyl from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. Coaches like us talk like this. So this is us in the Philippines. Magandang umaga. Coach Orvyl signing off. Love, bam, boom. Bye-bye.